5 to 11 servings of bread, cereal, or rice. 3 to 5 of vegetables and 4 fruits is best. Their antioxidants and fiber help you to digest.
Welcome to one of the past HSC exam question videos. What we're going to do in this video is cover this exam question, which comes from the healthy organism chapter. I'll read the actual question in a second, but so when I read the question, you get about 5 seconds afterwards to pause the video. Once you pause the video, attempt the question, and I'll go over the actual answer itself once you press play. So the question itself is outline how mitosis and cell differentiation assist in the maintenance of health. That's for 4 marks. So when you're ready, pause the video and attempt the question and press play when you're done. Welcome back. So for this question, it says outline, which means you have to give the basic facts. So it says outline of mitosis and cell differentiation. So obviously in your answer, you should approach both mitosis and cell differentiation to talk about how it assists in the maintenance of health. So what I would have done, I would have just given a general introduction of how each of these assists in the maintenance of health, and then I would have given examples as well. So general introduction and then examples. And for a general introduction for mitosis and cell differentiation, you get a mark each. And for examples for mitosis and differentiation, you also get an example each, a mark each. So what I wrote is mitosis assists in the health, assists health as it responds to. Mitosis assists health as it responds. Well, that's just me being a retard. Mitosis assists in the maintenance of health as it is responsible for the production of new cells, which we need to grow and replace dying cells. Sorry about that, that was just really bad. But yeah, I mean the idea is just that it's there to make new cells, and those new cells will then help us to grow and replace dying cells. And that's a general introduction, that's worth 1 mark. Now we give the example. So without mitosis, our number of cells would drop below a critical point, which would result in organ failure and death. So we need to have that normal level of cells, and if we don't have mitosis, yeah, we can't produce those normal levels of cells, which would mean eventually our organs fail, and that means we would die. So this is the example that gets in our mark as well. Now that was mitosis covered. Now we'll cover cell differentiation. Cell differentiation allows the body to produce different types of cells, which are all needed to maintain the normal function of multicellular organisms. Now I use that word multicellular organism because if you say all organisms, for example, a bacteria is just one cell. It's not going to have different types of cells because it's one cell. So just to be correct, I just use the word multicellular to say, okay, well, it's important, but for multicellular organisms, not for unicellular organisms, because unicellular organisms wouldn't have different types of cells. But yeah, so we said this first general introduction, we need to do, cell differentiation allows us to make different types of cells, and we need that for a normal function. That's 1 mark, and then I give it an example as well. For example, we need white blood cells to fight infection, nerve cells to transmit signals, and red blood cells to carry oxygen. Without cell differentiation, we would not be able to, without cell differentiation, we would have none of these different types of cells. So this was the example. And yeah, this is pretty straightforward 4 mark question. And if you know what's right, you can just write one after the other, and you wouldn't have to write too much. And where does this question come from? It comes from this dot point, outline how the function, so outline, the same verb as in the question, outline how the functions of gene, mitosis, cell differentiation, and cell specialization assist in the maintenance of health. So in this case, they just ask you about mitosis and cell differentiation. And for those kind of questions, you'll often get that they won't ask for every single point, because that would be like an 8 mark question, but they'll ask you specifically one or the other, or 2 of them. In this case, they ask for 2 of them. I hope that was useful.
Thank you for watching.